You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, episode 6. Today we're talking about the fear that pops in our minds when it comes to our coaching businesses. And the biggest one that comes to all of us is, who am I to do this? Who am I to call myself a coach? When do I start to call myself a coach? And what gives me the right to call myself a coach? So I want you to just sit back and relax and listen to this one and listen to it over and over again, especially when you have those fear and negative Nellies in your brain that are trying to talk you out of doing something that you feel you are called to do.
You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, where we believe business can be simple and you can use your intuition to run towards your goal. Self-made business and success coach Lindsay Maloney helps you start and scale your dream coaching business. With her step-by-step intuitive and creative guidance, you'll leave ready to put her tips into action, push your business forward, and work with your dream clients. Lindsay is here to help you get unstuck and structure your brilliance into a coaching business that's sustainable and financially exhilarating. Here's your host, Lindsay Maloney.
All right, so this is kind of a pep talk episode. It's not so much step-by-step or action-taking per se, but this is something that I hear so many times, especially when we start a new round of Stand Out Coaching Academy, and the energy is very high, but yet I hear from some of the students, when should I actually say that I am a coach if they haven't identified with it yet, but they feel incredibly called to help other people with the services they offer. I've had many different students in Stand Out Coaching Academy and one-on-one clients. They range from health coaches, fitness coaches, purity coaches, career coaches, business coaches, blogger coaches, creative writer, novel writing coaches. We have all kinds of coaches within our community. But for some reason, it gets really difficult for them to actually say that they are a coach out loud, or even to change their Instagram profile to say that's what they do. A lot of times people feel intimidated and think that they need to have certain certification or different letters behind their name to look legit, or they feel like they need to get a client before they can call themselves a coach. And then nobody knows that they coach because they're not telling anybody that they are. Therefore, they're not getting any clients. And so they're just stuck and they're wondering what the heck's going on, because this is what I want to do, and nobody is noticing this. And the biggest thing is we just have to get out of our own head and somebody asked me the other day, how do I make that change in my business? How do I go from having just a regular Instagram profile to saying that I'm a coach? And I said, you go to edit profile, and then you go to the copy in your profile and you type in COACH. And she just laughed, because that's just how easy it is. And that's just how far we get down the rabbit hole of being in our head and talking ourselves out of doing something that makes us feel uncomfortable and vulnerable and scared that people are going to see it and think, what? Since when is she a coach? Like, I didn't even know she was doing anything like that. When really nobody is going to think that. And if they do, they don't belong in your plan anyway. So I want you to just get over yourself first. And if you are a coach and you want to be a coach, either or, go change your profile right now to say what kind of coach you are. And if you are having trouble thinking of what kind of coach you are, then think about what you could talk about for hours and hours, what you're looking up all the time, what you could read about, what you're listening to, and what kind of content is that? What kind of person is coming to you for help constantly? Do you find people are always reaching out to you for a certain reason, and you're not even really paying attention? You're just helping them. You don't even realize that you're just giving out all this free information all the time. What kind of general category can you put that in? Are people coming to you because they saw that you lost a lot of weight after you had your kids and they wanted to know how you did it? and you're constantly saying the same information over and over again? Did you create an online business and people are always coming to you because they want to know how you did it? What kind of information do you keep relaying over and over again without proper credentials for yourself? You can give yourself credentials. You don't need anybody else to give you anything. It's you. You just have to type it. That's it. And sometimes we get so nervous about, oh, I don't know if that sounds good. And then we just need to run it by somebody. And that's what's so nice about Standout Coaching Academy, because that's the place where we run everything by each other and by me. Because when you're just starting and you're trying to scale, or you're just finally getting out of the mud, having somebody to bounce things off of is incredibly powerful. Because I think a lot of times when we say we want to bounce this off somebody or talk it through, and I do this to my coach too, I always say, I want to talk this through. But really what I'm saying in the back of my mind is, give me permission to do this and tell me that this is a good idea. And that's really what I'm saying. And I have a feeling that's what a lot of my students say when they say that. Because it's a lonely world having an online business. I mean, most of the time we're sitting in our offices or at our dining room tables with our computer, working on our business, and we're struggling because we're not sure if we're getting the right message out or if what we're doing has a point. And sometimes we can hit that wall where we feel like, okay, I feel like I've done everything and nothing's happening. There's something missing here. And then we go back to the place where we're doubting ourselves again. And we're doubting, why am I even doing this? Who am I to do this? And will anybody believe that I can help them? So no one will ever believe that you can help them if you don't believe that you can help them. If you don't believe that you have what it takes to get on a call with somebody and take them from the beginning to the end and watch that transformation, then it's not going to happen. You know that we create our reality. Everything that happens, we create it. So when I have a lot of clients or students who are really nervous about getting on a first call with a client, and they're like, well, how do you know what to say? What if we don't have anything to talk about after 15 minutes and we still have a half hour or 15 more minutes left? And what if I just don't know the answer or something? And I said, well, and I always say, I've never run into that situation where I never had anything to say, because that would just be a really, really rare occasion when I didn't have anything to say. But I always tell them to not worry whatsoever if you're going to run out of things to say, because that will not happen if you think about it in a positive way. This is going to be the best call ever. I cannot wait to take her from how she's feeling right now into a whole new state of mind. Clients will come on a call with you because they're, a few different things. One, they could be feeling really stuck, or they're feeling overwhelmed, especially if they're just starting with you and they have a lot of baggage that they're coming to you with. Or they're coming into the unknown and they're not sure what's going to happen, which kind of makes them feel a little nervous and scared. But you don't want to end calls with those same feelings, those initial feelings. The end of your call, your goal is to take them to a complete opposite place. A feeling of clarity, a feeling of inspiration, a feeling of gratefulness that they had this time with you, that you had this time together, and the feeling that this confidence that they have not had yet, where they feel like they can just go ahead and do anything. I assign all of my clients a lot of homework during our call. And it's always funny because they'll come to the call really proud because they finished all their homework, and then by the end of the call, they're on another whole new level in their business because they just got a whole new stack of homework. And my clients love homework. That's why I love my clients and my students, because they love to do the work. And they understand that this work that they're doing right now is the creation process. It takes time, and it does take a lot of effort. And I talk about how we can build our businesses with simplicity, but the beginning of it is just you sitting in front of the computer and doing the work. And you don't have to sit there for 8 hours a day. I never did. I wish I could sometimes, but I can't. I have 3 kids and a full-time job. I can't do that, and I don't want to. So just take it in little bits and pieces so you're not overwhelming yourself. And then you don't get to that dark place again where you're feeling the overwhelm turn into something bigger, like the doubt if you should even be doing this. When we take on too much, doubt just pops up. That's what happens. And then don't let that doubt rule any decisions. When you feel that creeping up, when you start looking at your stuff, and then instead of looking ahead, you're looking from left to right, you're looking at this person's profile, you're looking at their website, you're looking at their Pinterest, and you're playing the comparison game really hard. My website isn't as good as hers. My Instagram profile does not look like hers. She has way more followers than I do. How does she post stories all the time? I can't seem to find the time to do that. She has a ton of Pinterest followers, and you're just like digging. And what you're doing is talking really negative about somebody that you should really love and not talk that way to. You would never go to one of your clients and say, well, let's just work on your business in secret, and on your spare time, go look at Jenna Kutcher's Instagram and compare yourself to her just to keep you down in this level. I think that would be a great strategy for you to just stay hidden and negative about yourself. Let's just do that. You would never tell a client to do that. So why in the world are you doing that to yourself? Why are you asking yourself if you're qualified to do anything that you've had history and experience with? A good coach has and takes her history and her experiences and turns them into a journey that she can help others travel to get to their goal. I don't want to create, like I have a student in Stand Up Coaching Academy who is a novel writing coach. I am not going to create that as my own business because I don't have a journey that I can share or the skills that I can use to become this type of coach, obviously, right? So we know that those obvious decisions we're probably not going to make. We're smart here. We're not going to do things like that. Like I'm not going to become some random coach because so-and-so is. I'm going to use my past and my journey and my history and experiences to create something that I can help people come through. So I know that there are women out there who are either working a 9-to-5, they have kids at home, young kids, but they feel called to do more. And this whole coaching thing sounds really interesting and something that they really want to do. They have a variety of skills, but I'm just showing them that this can be done. I'm giving them the tools. I'm giving them everything that they need in order to take all of their ideas in their head, all of the scratch paper laying everywhere, everything that they have in their head on paper, and creating a business with it so they can feel like they're giving what they are meant to be giving out to the world. You know, so many people have lives where they do the things that they feel that others want them to do, like working, being a mom, being a wife, all the standard things that to me, those were standard to me. But there was something that I was always calling to me, like you could do more, you could help people. And I just can't help people the way I do in my business, the way I do compared to how I have to work with my 9 to 5. I work with spreadsheets all day long. I cannot change women's lives with an Excel sheet. I just can't. But that's why I am so thankful we are in this time right now where it's so easy to take my gifts, my specialty, my thing. I can take it and I can make a business out of it and help other women do the same. I can create more income for my family, and I can create the life that I've always known was possible. And I can teach other women how to do the same. That's a good coach. That's a good coach. She is going off of what she's been through, and she's holding their hand and taking them through to the other side. No credentials needed, no special letters, just history, empathy, love, and that's it. That's all we need. So if you ever have those days when you're playing the comparison game and you're wondering all those things, let's just take those thoughts, put them in a bubble, pop it, and move on. Let's not talk to ourselves that way anymore, and let's not beat ourselves up about how far we are in our journey compared to the other person. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. I think this would be a really good episode to save in your phone when you are having those days. We all have those days. They'll creep up on us once in a while. And just listen to me, close your eyes and listen, because sometimes we just need to hear it from somebody else. And I want to know how you feel about your coaching business. Do you ever have these negative Nellies in your head? Do you ever look to the sides at other people and what they're doing and play that comparison game? I know we all do, and it's okay. It's normal, because you have amazing gifts. You have something really incredible that there are so many people waiting out there, waiting for your help, your specific help, no one else's. There are billions of people in this world, and there will never be too many coaches, so don't worry about that. Just do your thing, recognize your past, all of your skill sets, and use them to the best of your abilities so you can help other women. Want 10 ways for you to start booking your dream clients? I created this workbook for you because I wanted to share my best tips on how I book mine. You're not going to believe how easy these are, and I know you'll be able to take my tips and put them into action ASAP so you can start working with your dream clients. To grab the workbook for free, all you have to do is go to lindsaymaloney.com/podcast. Hey coaches, are you a member of the Book Your Dream Clients community yet? Because you should be. Just go to dreamclientcommunity.com to request free access. We do fun things like website audits, challenges, and we even have a book club. Join the free Dream Client community now, and we'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. If you want to find out more information how you can work with me, just head on over to my website, lindsaymaloney.com. You will be able to see how you can work with me privately or in a group setting. I'm all about helping you start and scale your coaching business, so I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes and leave a rating and review. And if you want bonus points, take a screenshot of a review and tag me on your Instagram story. I'd love to see it and share it with my audience. And plus, you don't want to miss another episode.